Hey there, thanks for joining me again. My name is Jeremy, and I'm thrilled to have you today in my new segment called Basic Corporate Audio Signal. In this segment, I will share some valuable tips on how to run audio signal as a sound engineer and navigate the corporate world. I've got 7 key takeaways for you, and I promise they will be super helpful. Everything that I will cover today. Key number 1, respect your client. I'll give you an example. I start as an audio engineer as an A2. I didn't really know how powerful the client are. I was just thinking that going to work as an A1 or A2 is basically gotta serve your boss or your manager. But I found out that the client has more power than your manager. So be respectful for your manager, be respectful for your coworkers, but more importantly, be respectful for your clients because those are the people who cut the checks for you. As we spoke about, be respectful for yourself and your client. I've been in a place where I've seen a lot of my coworkers, come to work smelling weed. I mean, you can ask yourself, like, is that really what you want your client to remember you for? I've seen people who walk around and sagging very little to know that the client is basically is looking for everything. Is writing notes, how you dress, how you look. So always remember to be respectful for your client and for yourself. Number 2, key takeaway, be patient. You gotta be patient enough to know that anything that you do in corporate does not translate to finish your work. Sometimes being patient is basically waiting for the client to get out the room so you can basically now go back and tear down everything. Or sometimes you cannot ring out the room. You have to wait for the client to get out the room. So you have to be patient enough. Sometimes you might have a client when you already finish your room, right? You will go back and the client will come and say, hey, I want this TV to be this way. I want the TV to be that side. I want this monitor to move forward or to come forward. And if you're not patient enough to wait, you're gonna get frustrated all the time. So I would say key takeaway number 2, always be patient. Key takeaway number 3, don't ever be late on your client. I mean, I can't emphasize enough about this, but don't ever run late, ever. If your client, they're gonna be there at 7 a.m., you gotta be there at 6. Make sure everything runs properly. You ring out your microphone, you ring out the room, and when the client comes, they're basically expecting you already solve every problem. And also, if they want to change something, if they want to tweak something, I believe it's going to be for there now and to go on and tell you exactly what you want, right? But this tip is always finish your work, and then whenever the client comes in, now you ask them, what else do you need to tweak? How can we change this? Do you like the way everything looks? If they say it's cool, then you go about your day. If they say no, I have to go here, and then you're going to have to go back to takeaway number 2, where you have to be patient enough and to change things, to pivot. That's what the client wants you to do. When they ask you something, you don't have to go back and forth with the client. Just say, okay, we'll find a way to make sure everything works good for you and for your service. That's key takeaway number 3. Takeaway number 4, learn how to take criticism. When the client asks you something or they're criticizing something, please don't get frustrated. It just basically is giving you a help. It's giving you an advance to know what to do. Or I think the best way to please your client is to ask them a question, right? For me, I always go and ask them questions. Is there anything else I can do for you when I finish my work? Do you think this might look this way? If they say yes, or if they trying to give you constructive criticism, please take it. Don't be that person where they say something, you get frustrated, your attitude is showing up now to the client. I don't think that's a good attitude that we can show to the client. Always remember to take a criticism for the client. That's number 4. Number 5. This is 5. I would say number 5, guys. It might be number 1. Let's put this number 5 to 1 or 2. Is to ring out your room microphone. Always ring out the room microphone before your client shows up in the room. Make sure everything runs properly. Make sure everything doesn't get feedback. One thing that turns off your clients is the feedback. When there is a feedback in the room, your client, they do not like that. It makes them nervous. That's why most speakers, when they go speak, they're always afraid to put the microphone next to their mouth. Or when you give them the microphone, it's always because they do not like feedback. So it's always ring out your room microphone, ring out the room, make sure everything is fine. Make sure when the client comes in, everything is properly again scheduled. That's key number 5. Number 6 is, I know guys, I know some of you are gonna be like, oh Lord, what is he talking about? Yeah, you're right. Some people are so addicted to weed.
Do it again, please.
Stay off the weed. And you can't stay off the weed.
They are so addicted to smoke that they will leave out the room to go smoke outside. Like, they will literally leave everything in the room just to go and smoke. Guys, I don't understand this.
Do it again, please.
Stay off the weed.
You can take out 5 hours, 4, 5, 3, 5 hours just and not smoking, not being so high of weed. I believe some people, they just addicted to weed that
Do it again, please.
Stay off the weed.
they can't stop smoking. They can't. And one thing, when you smoke weed, you're gonna come in smelling like right? Number 5 is the best. I would say number 6. It's number 1 to the client. Client do not like people who comes in smelling weed. First of all, I've been in a place where I went to get interviewed for the job as an A1, and this gentleman was smoking weed while he's interviewing me. That's a turn off for me. He gave me the job, and guess what I did? I came back home. I'm like, nah, I gotta block this guy. I don't want to work next to this guy. This guy's interviewing me smoking weed, and basically, like, I don't understand. It doesn't make no sense. That's number 6. It's the turn off for the client. When you go out, when you go to work, smoking, go outside for 5 minutes break, take some weed and smokes, that's not good looking, guys. Not only for you, but for the company that you're working for, that's bad looking, smelling weed when you go to work.
Do it again, please.
Stay off the weed.
Or being high. Key number 7. Number 7, this one, I am speaking for myself and I'm speaking to you guys. Some of you guys are lazy when it comes to work. Have you seen place where you go to work, when it comes time to set up, the person always running to the bathroom, he always on the phone, texting? That's being lazy. And average people, they only do average things. How do I know that I'm working with average people? They're always running around. They're always cutting. They will say they go to the bathroom, take like 5 minutes, 6 minutes in the bathroom. When you guys are setting up or when you're tearing down, that's being lazy. Better yet, this is me too. I'm speaking for myself, like I said, sleeping while working. You've seen people go like this. I believe I was one of those people. I remember my first time go to work as A2. I was setting up, I set everything up, I go to work. 2 hours later, and then I start falling asleep. I was basically falling asleep, and my supervisor, he's recording me, He's recording me how I was sleeping. He making fun of me. He embarrassed me. Hour later, he sat down next to me. The man went to sleep and he started snoring. Guess what I did? I did the same thing. I recorded him. I tried to embarrass him also too, because, he did the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing, I record him and just basically show him, hey, it's not funny, but seriously, in all seriousness, guys, do not fall asleep when you go to work. That shows your client that you don't really care, that you don't care about them, right? It's always, first for me, it's always about serving the client, making sure they're getting the best out of me, making sure they get the best of everything they need. My slogan is always, do it good, do it better, or don't do it at all. If I don't do something great, I don't want to do it. So when you go work with the client, make sure you don't fall asleep. Make sure you had enough sleep at home, and so you can go to work, have energy when the client comes around you. You guys are goofing around and smiling and laughing. That makes your client basically being really, really happy. Yeah, so let me know if I missed something, guys. If I missed anything, please comment down below. Right down below, say what I'm missing, or what do you think it's a bad sign when it comes to audio engineering A1 or A2 in corporate world. Let me know if I missed something, guys. Do not forget, I'm coming back in next episode to basically show you how I EQ these microphones here. These mics is gonna have to be able to EQ it. I'm gonna show you the ins and outs, how to EQ, how to ring out the room microphone with these things right here, these bad boys. Some of you coming in AV world. Some of you are coming in church world. Some of you are coming in a studio world. Just because you come from the studio doesn't mean you know how to ring out the room in a corporate. You got it wrong. Just because you come out of church and you're a sound engineer in church doesn't mean you know how to ring out the room in the corporate world. It's totally different. So I'm gonna show you next episode how to ring out these microphones here They're probably gonna give you like a 10 mic, 10 of this, or probably like a 10 or 12 lavalier microphone or headset. How to ring all those things? Coming up next, I'm gonna show you. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Do not forget to subscribe and comment down below. And I hope to see you again soon. Ciao.